Yeah, I find that the professionals from the government, the industry, the academia, NGOs, they have all come together. They are trying to share their experiences and the good practices, which will help us to learn from others' mistakes. It will also give us an opportunity to realize and flag our own mistakes and errors and correct them and improve them upon, to see that the people are really empowered through a national e-governance plan. The one single important activity in ICT today is the cell phone technology. What internet or any other technology cannot and could not do it, the cell phone has done it. What it really is empowering people, whether it is a farm laborer or a rich guy, they all are using the technology with very conveniently at a relatively inexpensive cost. That's what makes, and it is going to make much more difference. Today we are in the world, the largest cell phone user base is there in this country. We will have to build all our activities and plans through the cell phone technology. That is the only way we can reach out to a larger population and deliver the services. Already things are happening like payments through the mobile, banking services, getting information on this, including the information about your cropping, or a fisherman wants to go and do fishing in the sea, where he is likely to get a good catch of fish. It is coming through the cell phone today. The vision for the future is we need to build much more vigorously on harmonizing the data sets which we are having. Huge data sets are there. Unless they are converted into a performing assets through a standardized and interoperable manner, we are in the habit of redoing things, duplicating, which at times affects the integrity of the data and the accuracy of the data sets. Yeah, actually the organizers, CSDMS, is known to be for a long time. Ravi Gupta at least was editor of one of the important magazines in the GIS development. And my interaction with Ravi Gupta started about 15 years ago when he published one of the issues with a man in shackles saying the maps in shackles. So how to unfetter them. So that is the interaction, and from there we have come a long way. And I can certainly say they are responsible for generating the public opinion and also creating discussions and trying to evolve a good policy framework for the country. No, it is already accepted to a great extent. So what we are going to have in our country, a very good broadband connectivity to 450,000 municipalities, gram panchayats in the next 2 to 3 years time, with 100 megabytes bandwidth. But how do you make use of that infrastructure? So that is what the services, the products and the solutions have to flow through this pipe. Then it will encompass all the population, whether it is in the nook and corner villages or people living in the urban segments. No, we are already, I don't think we are any way inferior to any other country in this process. Mind you, we have to cater to 1.2 billion population also, living across the country in 600,000 villages. We can't compare ourselves to a small country like Netherlands or Singapore. So our challenges are different. Even today, we have got an illiteracy rate of about 30%. And our main concern today is the food security. So keeping those things and the health sector, that's where we have to use these technologies like ICT very effectively to provide these solutions to our population. No, ICT, one of the major developments I was saying is that about the cell phones, which will reach to the people. Secondly, to serve the population is connectivity, a very high bandwidth, broadband connectivity to various places in the nook and corners of the country. So this itself is a great achievement we have done. So imagine what was 15 years ago. To get a telephone connection, you had to go through a large amount of process, and you had to wait for a number of years, or you should go to a MP or a minister to get out of the phone. Today you can have a connectivity in 15 minutes going to any kiosk. The future is, the growth is phenomenal. We have to sustain the growth, and the expectations of the people are rising. So we need to meet their expectations. So our aspiration has to be much higher than what we are doing today to truly empower our people. It is not the data connectivity, it is not the technologies which are important today. That's why the government is focusing today on data accessibility and data sharing. So under that principle, what government is evolving a national data sharing and accessibility policy, wherein the huge amounts of data sets which we are holding, they should be easily shareable and accessible in a standardized and integrable form. So there will be a third party who will use those data assets and provide solutions, products, and services.
So far, what your organization has
No,
done?
science and technology basically had been, at least I am concerned with the evolution of a national spatial data infrastructure, the same purpose of making the spatial data available and accessible to people. And in that process, we have also made the national map policy in the 2005. We are also bringing another map policy which is much more liberalized form. There is a remote sensing data policy which today permits 1 meter data accessible to people. And we are also bringing this national data sharing and accessibility policy. And at the India Geoportal, we are providing the metadata about all the data which is held by the spatial data generating organizations.